Hey guys, Keith from Buggy BroZ again. Here we are with the YXZ 1000. Today we're gonna pull out my clutch. As you see, it's still apart and everything, but we're gonna show you what we did a couple weeks ago, a couple months back. I messed up my clutch. I'm not gonna say that they're known for it and everything. I messed it up because we were going to go on a ride and I had to do the first service on it, and I grabbed the freaking oil, and I had two types of oil, and I put the wrong oil in it. Okay. And Al made me aware of that. So, here's what I put in. You guys got to pay attention. Look, it's my fault. I'm not going to say anything bad about the clutch because Al still has his, and his works great, and he's ripping just as much as we are. So, this is straight differential fluid, which you can put it in transmissions, but this is regular automatic transmissions, not wet clutch. And I destroyed the clutch. Sitting on a hill, I burnt it out. My fault, my stupidity, so now I have to pay the price. So today, we are going to take it out. We already went through the process of pulling it out. You guys have already seen clutches and stuff. We didn't want to go through all that and make it longer, so we pulled it out. But we're going to show you with the clutch sitting already out. Going to show you the update that we did on it. I put the Alba clutch insert that's supposed to give you the 30% more oil added to it. And I have Alba high pressure or heavy pressure clutches. Didn't have to do that, but I put those on there. So that's what we're going to do now. You can switch to the table here. You'll see the clutch is out. And look at this. Looks all great, don't it? Destroyed that thing, man.
That one still looks.
Yeah,
top one looks good.
That's just the top one, guys. That's just top one. And it stinks. It's horrible, man. I floated this thing so bad. I don't know. We was on the side of a mountain. It was pretty bad, but you know, you see all those guys on the videos, and they're stuck in water, and they're doing all that. I'm telling you, Al was there with me. I was on a hill, like pretty much like this, and I just put it in reverse, gave it a little bit of gas, boom, gone, smoked it. We were stuck on the side of the mountain. So that's the clutch. As you can see inside here, if he comes over here and looks, we'll try to get a
light.
Get a light and a good view here. We'll try to show you what we did. You guys that don't know, there's tons of way to do this, okay? You can go in from the bottom and pull off the thing, or pull off the plastic and come up. We chose not to. We figured this would be a little bit easier. The only problem with this is you can't see the bolts around the unit, you know, so you got to be careful when you do it this way. I still have to pull out the screen that's in the bottom, the filter screen. I haven't done that yet. But I took off the main front housing off of it, okay? And then we took off the front pressure plate. And then we took off that 30mm bolt, right? And then we slid the whole basket right out. To be careful about the washers and the spindle bearings and everything. The beveled washers for the insert is still inside there. The only washers that we have on the outside are going to be the ones that came off after the nut. All right, so you guys got to be careful about that. I got a new gasket, and you see, to do this is not too bad. It was just pulling out the seat, taking off the side panel, and you could pretty much get in there. The bottom has a hole. If you guys don't know it, has a hole in the bottom, so we just drained it and dropped the fluid out of it. So it was pretty easy doing this way. I didn't want to get up underneath it. I was going to raise it up. I have a little lift, but we couldn't put the mounts where they were because the plastic thing runs up the center. So it was just easier to slide the basket under and do that. All right, so now I'll show you the clutch. If you haven't seen it, I think they're called Tube Works.
Yes, right now we're doing the Tube Works oil mod, and updating to the Alba clutch discs.
Right. Which you don't have to. You can use the normal regular YZ clutch things on it, but I figured to get a little heavier ones on it. This is the Tube Works one with the springs on the top here. This is in here really pretty tight. It's like a seal in a gasket, and there's a rubber O-ring around the back. And I don't know if you can see it, but you see all the holes? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the back. It's got the holes in the back. So I'm hoping this thing works as good as they say it's going to work, you know. And
so the purpose of this is to concentrate more oil to the friction discs and the steels than what the factory one does.
Exactly. Way that we were on the hill. By the looks of it, this was, like I said again, I'm gonna say it again. This was all me. Okay. When we just drained this, hardly anything came out, and it was really, really thick. You know, that's what happens when you use gear oil. Well, which is really not gear oil. Like I said, it's transmission, but it's for the regular transmissions, not like the ones that we have, a wet clutch. So when I was sitting there on that 45 on that hill, there was nothing going to it, and that's what toasted. And man, is it toasted. Okay? Toasted. So you're going to see me take this off. I'll show, this is What? That's the Alba. Yeah, these are the new Alba clutch plates, the heavy friction disc right here, and then here's my the steel plates that go in the middle. This is Alba's. All right.
Actually, we should probably, before you put those in,
gotta soak them.
Gotta soak them. So
we'll do that.
Soak those in oil.
Soak those with oil. You can watch me. We'll take this off right now, and then we'll soak that in oil. But you can watch me pull this off if you guys don't have to do it. I'm just doing it exactly the way it comes off because you'll hear everybody talk about those little, as you see right here. See, this one is smaller or bigger than the rest of them. On my kit, on other kits, it's going to be different. You might get 3 of these or 2 of these or whatever. On my kit, you don't. You got one, and it's like 11 discs altogether. So one of them's big and this one's not. I'm going to do it because we want to see where it is. I'm pretty sure that one is in the bottom, and we're going to work from there. So I'm going to just take everything out here. You're going to see me do, and I'm just going to like flip it and pull it up, and then we got the pins. We're going to try to pull out that that wire piece that's down there, which we're not going to put back in. And okay, as you can see here, remember this is the center nut that comes off the thing right here. There's 2 of them, right? That one says output to keep up top, okay? That's the nut. And this is another one in the basket, because remember, the basket slides down in here. This is another one you got to be careful of not to drop that one. And the one that's still on the input shaft in there would be the spindle bearings, and there's 2 more bevel washers that sit in the back of the whole unit. We tried not to touch that. The top here, top pressure plate's not too bad. It's not burnt up or nothing like that. Alba gives us another one of these. I guess in the kit, I guess they're saying to put 2 of these plates on it. I mean, it might be harder on the pedal, but from the kit and what it says on the directions, I'm going to try it. I'm going to put both of them in. So this is the one that came off of mine, and as you can see to the right, there's another one right there. And Alba's saying to put both of them on, so that's what we're going to do. At least the directions are showing that. All right, so right now, I guess you'll watch me pull this off. It's crazy how the front one is fine. Well, it ain't really fine, but the rest of them are toast. So I'm just flipping them over. Just so you can see ID. Man, look at these things. They are burnt to a crisp. It actually moved, but it really wasn't going. Is the wire on there?
Yeah, now you're at the wire.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I'll grab this. Yeah, we're at the wire. Okay, so now.
So it's the bottom 3 discs. There's that metal retaining wire.
Yeah, I'm looking for it because I know it's supposed to have a little, right? A little pinch thing. I'll pull it out. There's the wire, but there's.
Yeah, fine. It just goes in 2.
Yeah, there's
2 prongs.
2 prongs, right, with an eye on them.
No eye.
No, there's like 2 little. They say there's 2 little tabs to pull them out, and they pinch in there. So you just gotta find it. Get in the light, guys. I saw him. There it is. See it right there? Yep. I'm gonna pull in here. Holding the light at the same time, right? Oh, my bad. Go in the top here. Go up top. See that?
Oh.
Yeah. So we'll get a pair of needle nose. I didn't even see that. We'll get a pair of needle nose, pull it off, and I'll use it at the same time. Give me a sec, run and get the needle nose.
Yeah, as you can see, these are pretty much toast. That's the clutch disc, and on the back side is the steel.
Oh, no way. My other needle nose is not even working. That one I never opened them up, and I don't think this is. Guys, got a pair of pliers. I'm just going to squeeze it here, pinch it, and try to get it from the back side here and get it out. There it goes. It's going. She's out.
Yep, there you go.
See it? We're not putting this back in. Guess you don't have to put it back in, and we're not putting it back in.
Hold it up to the light so we can show them the prongs.
Yeah, sure.
Inside, so it's kind of hard to see. This sticks.
Stick through the hole.
Inside the hole and inside.
Look, guys, if you guys have already done this, I know this is just, you know, You're like, yeah, we know. But we're just showing the people who don't know, okay? Because we've never done it neither. As you can see, that's the way it goes on the inside, okay? But everything says you don't have to put this back in, and we're not going to. But that's what you got to do to get the other ones out. All right, so paste to the side here. Now we're going to finish with the rest of them. There it is. There's my first small one, and there's that washer. That's really toasted. Look at that thing. It doesn't matter. Okay, check this out. This comes off, goes like that, right? These are the bigger ones, right? Now watch, this washer or ring, I don't know what you want to call it, sits in the middle of it like that, right? And guess what? It tells you how to do it. This side up. Mine's burning a little bit. I'm probably going to hit it with some Scotch-Brite just to make it perfect when we put it back. But that's the way it looks like for now. That's the first one. Okay, now I know this is the stock clutch, so I should have them all in there. All right. Okay, so check this out. Let me do it again. This went like this, right, and came off. Just like so, right? There's two. So it's this one, right? And then two of those plates here. I got one here. There's another one underneath the bottom of it. See that? I'm just doing it like this because I want to put it exactly the way it came out. You know, you guys can do whatever the heck you want, but I try to keep stuff the same. Now, this one has a, it says it. You can see it right there. It says this outside, okay? And then I think this one had something on it too. No, this one doesn't. This one doesn't have anything on it, meaning there's no direction or whatever. And this one feels a little beveled, okay? I don't know if you can look at that.
Yeah, that's beveled.
That's beveled. This one's flat and this one's beveled. So we're going to remember that, okay? Try to anyway. Then we're going to take off the other plates. Bong. Okay, guys, I'm back to another one. To this. Here we go. Here. All right. Now I'm hearing that some people don't take these off or they don't put them back on. I don't know. Now there's, nope, same thing. Two. Another beveled thing. And that's weird. That's really weird. So I guess I don't have to do both of those because I only got one of those. All right. And we're going to, in a minute, I'm going to pull this off, get this last little bit off. Oh, man, it's more than that.
Yeah, there should be a total of 3 with the stock.
3 with the stock, right. And this one only, the bottom one has, nope, still 2. The bottom one has 2. All right, this goes that way, and the bottom one has 2 more at the bottom with the same type of bevel thing. So this is confusing. Maybe the other ones are thicker. You guys can see it. It's moving, so it's definitely one of them. There it goes. All right. So I'm just doing this to show you that that's the way we're going to try to put together. Now, from what I can see, maybe ours is a thicker, so maybe that's the only reason why they're giving one. So the way it looks like to me is, since I only got one of these, right, it's going to be one of these with one of these plates, then and everything goes in. That's the only way I can see it. Maybe that's the reason why they're doubling up and giving you two of these, because I'm missing two what's-the-name pads. But what I'm going to do, and we're going to do it in front of you, we're going to count them. I'm pretty sure there's 11. I looked in the thing and I counted them before. There should be 11 altogether. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus this one is 11. All right? So now we'll count and see if the ones in here are how many I got in here. All right? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Guys, there's 11. So there you go. All right, so now, as you can see, is what we're going to do is we're going to put it back together. We'll put the whole assembly together, and then we'll come back and you'll get to see the thing together. As we're back, we cleaned up the surface of the clutch or transmission housing. See, that's all cleaned up there. Cleaned up the transmission. That was all cleaned up, you know, surface on there. I had some gasket in there. They gave me, Alba gives you a new gasket with it. So we went through this, as you remember before, and we took these little steel plates off here. The rest of them are not going to come on. We're just going to put this one on, which is the flat washer, and then this one is the bevel one, and making sure that the outside stays up, slides on like that. We got our stuff basting in the oil over there, soaking in there. We're going to throw it on. This is the old clutch. So I think Al's going to take this, and he's going to take it, and he's going to drill the holes, and he's going to do it himself. without buying this. So he's going to try that. You guys will update you on that and see how his runs. So we figured out how many holes there is in there. 18, 20 or something like that. 30 freaking holes they have drilled on here.
It was 18, but I'm going to do roughly around 30 holes around it.
Right. There were
sets of 3 just like it is.
Right. The main one here for the pin that goes in here, and then it went from 12, 6, and about 2, 10, 8, and 5 over here. That's what they got them. And there's 3 sets of 3 holes in each one. And right here, which you can't see it, because I didn't want to pull this off because it has an O-ring around it, but they took, if you look right there, they actually put a groove in here, and this sits down in there. So we're going to do our own. Actually, he's going to drill this out. We're not going to make this bevel here. He's just going to drill the holes in the thing, and he's going to use this one, and he's going to put this in, and we'll let you know how it works. But that's what we're going to do to try it out. All right. Now we're going to put this in here. Remember on this one, I take it out there, the thin one, small one first, and then for me, then after that, it's all you know, this, then the pressure plate. So that goes down over there like that. Remember? Okay, and then we're just going to build it from there. This is my new ones, as you can see. Look, I didn't clean them. These are all the old ones. And the only thing I did, as you look down, you see these? These are those ringer or spacers. You see how clean they are? I just hit them with the emery cloth there. Cleaned them all up. No big deal. I'm only using those. So we're not going to be touching that. Everything else is going to be from here. So it's that.
So you start with a clutch.
Fiber, right? And then
steel. It's always a
down.
clutch, steel, clutch, steel.
Yep. Now, you know what I should do? So I can line it up, I should put it in the basket.
Put it in the basket,
yeah. Because it's going to probably move all over the place. So, as you can see, I already have the grooves in here. But you guys just got to remember which place to put them in. And look, man, I'm not telling you what to do. If you know how to do it, then, you know, pay me no mind, you know. But for the guys that don't, okay? Because I see a lot of people online. It's really not that hard. You know, they're making a big deal about it. But it's really not that hard. Getting them into the grooves is a pain. That's why I should have put that on first. So I'm going to slide these back off like this. I'm going to put this over top, right? Okay, sits in there. And I'm going to take my ring. The thing is still down there. The rings are. Slide these in here like this. See, it's a lot easier to do it like that. Now, the thing is, I'm gonna look on there because in the directions, or when I watch the guys do it online, some of them say to turn them, or maybe I'm wrong. I don't think you have to turn them, right? You just gotta slide them straight down, right? I thought so. All right, slide straight down. Here we go. Guys, these are beveled. Don't know if you know it, but these are they're kind of beveled. Flat here on the side, and the top's a little around it. And you see I didn't put that spacer thing back in. Now, none of these are open. They're all the same. I mean, I didn't put those other ones in, and we counted them, so they're all the same amount of everything. So you got to do it the way they say.
And we only let the clutch disc soak for maybe about 20 minutes. Yeah, doesn't have to be anything crazy.
Yeah, we have it. It's nothing crazy, yeah. Going right up in here, leave that all up in there. I'm actually stoked, man. I hadn't been riding this thing in a while. I'm like, ugh. Had to be a passenger in Al's. It wasn't working out for me.
Cool. Ended up passenger because you blew up the 3-wheeler too.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. So when you're having fun, that's what you do. Blow up, man. Making sure I got them all lined in the same spots. There you go. Should end up with the friction should be the top one.
Yeah. Yep. Start with the friction. You should end with the friction.
Yep.
If not, then you've got a double stack somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm hoping we don't do that, guys.
Oh shit.
What happened?
Wi-Fi connection. So it's not recording.
All right, well, you get it started when you do. I'm just gonna keep going.
Oh. Yeah, man. Keep going.
All right, guys, last one.
Start with a friction, end with a friction.
All right,
End
so
up otherwise, you double stack.
so this part, anything missing? No, everything's in. All right, so remember, I don't want to pick this back up. I had that. There's that washer that was in there. If you remember me showing you that picture of that washer, that was we had to make sure we did that. That should be underneath the basket. And you go over top of that, get the light. You gotta make sure that's in there, because if that's not in there, definitely gonna have problems. If you stick my hand, you see it? I'm moving that washer in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one's got to be in there. You guys got to remember to put that one in there. All right. Okay, this is going to be. We're not going to. This is the way I pulled it off like that. So, just to show you from here, I'll show you how it's supposed to go on. All right. So, this plate is going to be the next one. Okay, guys.
Springs.
Oh yeah, springs first.
Springs.
No, but they can go through the hole, right? They should slide right through.
Oh
the
yeah,
hole.
yeah.
Yeah, they slide right through. Okay, so this is going to be the next one, right? Like that. Make sure you get it locked into place now. Just don't throw it on. Man, I got it perfect because it won't come back off. You see that? Just make sure those notches, man. You'll see the guys tell you online, they got to go right into the notches like you're supposed to. So that's going to go on like that, right? These springs, you're going to put them in a triangle position on here. One there, right? One there, right? And one here, right? This pressure plate's going to go over top like so, right? Right? And then this is going to go over top. Another one, 2 pressure plates, okay? And then it would be this one right here. This ring plate sits over top of those screws just like so. That's going to be how we put it up in there, but I don't want to take it off because I know you got to move it and jiggle it to get it on. So I have those needle bearings and everything that are in there, so I'm going to do it the way I took it off, and we're going to leave the top plate off, okay? We're going to leave this plate off, and I'm going to try to get it up in there. Wow, sticking already. I'm going to try to get it up in there by hand. I'll let you know when I come back how hard it was to do it that way. The only thing I'm figuring is, remember I told you guys that there's spindle bearings in the back with a couple washers on there. Might have to take that off the shaft and push it in through the back first and then slide it on. But we'll see. I'm going to try it like this first, just like that, and put it on. All right, stay tuned. We'll be back. As you see, everything's all in. This is the old one sitting here. You can come over and look at it. We're all done. I didn't show it, guys, only because, I mean, there's a lot of videos on how to do the clutch. I mean, if you really, really want to know how to put the Alba 1 on, they basically have a video showing you how to do it. But I pretty much showed you how we put the stack together. I did, like we said, when I slid that stack on, right? Okay, there's that washer that was behind the insert was sliding up and down, and it was making it kind of hard to go on. Well, I just held the basket and took my time and kept wiggling it back and forth, and it slid right on. Al could testify to it. He was right there. We thought we were going to have to slide the bearings off and push them all up in there. Just remember, if you do that, you can't drop the beveled washers. There's 2 beveled washers on the back that's sitting up in there, along with this shaft that's like that, and they're needle bearings. That's what slides in the middle of the clutch. So that I didn't show you, but it was real simple. Slid that on there, wait a couple seconds, it went on all on nice and easy. Put the front plate on. The nut that's on the end of it is a 30mm nut. Okay, that's the socket that we use to take it off. I tapped it with the gun to pop it off. Okay, you see guys online telling you about how you know, be careful not to over tighten it. Look, man, I barely touched it. One little quick hit, it came right off. I didn't even have the gun barely went in impact mode. Popped right off. I was worried about putting it back on. I screwed it all the way back in by hand first. Made sure the threads were all the way done. Gave it one quick tip with the gun. And then you look where they dimpled it. I was right back to where the dimple was, where I took it off, and I dimpled it over and was done with it. The outside bolts, I use a 1/4-inch ratchet, okay? And I'm crazy with torquing, but you really don't have to torque it. My advice to anybody who doesn't do it or whatever, you're using the 3/8 drive, I was telling Al, use a 3/8 drive ratchet in there, you could probably snap the bolts. So I use a 1/4-inch drive ratchet with an extension. The nuts are a 10 for the inside with those 6 bolts that went around the clutch. They were 10. And Al, you remember the torque? What was it?
6 foot-pounds.
6 foot-pounds, and
which
it was
equated to 72 inch pounds.
Okay, that was a 10mm for those. And then the outer ones here, I think they're an 8. Let me look at my socket. Yeah, it's an 8mm, but the 8mm I had was a little loose, so I'm actually using a 5/16 socket on it, and those torque for that one was 84 inch-pounds.
Which is 6 foot-pounds.
6 foot-pounds, okay? Could be wrong with that, guys, but I'm telling you, if you sit here and you use a freaking 1/4 inch drive ratchet, you'll have no problems. All right? That's it for today. I mean, we're going to button the rest of it up and try to take it out. Maybe we'll take some pictures and view that. Hope you guys like. Subscribe. See you next time.